All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Y'all are doing good. Y'all are staying safe, but not too safe, and having fun, but not too much fun. And today, I just want to make a video kind of like talking about my first impressions of the WoW beta for the War Within expansion coming out. They just announced a release date on August 26th, which is about 3 months from now ish. No, sorry, 2 months from now. I'm bad at math. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that. The sad part is it's comes out at the end of the summer, basically, which I mean really isn't a problem for me, but for some people who are like in school or whatever, you basically have to go back to school as soon as the WoW expansion starts and Xbox expansion begins. But whatever. I just wanted to chill for a bit and kind of like give you all my first impressions of the beta, what I think about the expansions, and tell you what I like and what I don't like. And to be honest, there's quite a lot of things that I like. So right off the bat, one of the things that I really like is the Isle of Dorn, the starting area when you first. So first of all, let me kind of run you through how you get there to begin with. So you get this quest that kind of pops up, and then you have to go to the sword that's stuck in Silithus. You talk to Thrall, and he's like, "Go see Magni in the heart of the chamber place, where we used to do our like Heart of Azeroth essences and stuff." You go in there, you talk to him, you do some stuff, and then next thing you know, you got to go to Dalaran. So you have kind of like you go to Dalaran because something's happening up at Dalaran, and you're supposed to do this thing around like this other quests and stuff, like go somewhere and collect these like dream echo things or whatever. But I never did that. I talked to this one Tauren, and he kind of just like skipped everything, and then boom, next thing I know, I'm in Dalaran crashed, and it's destroyed on an island, and you can't even see the cutscene because like the cutscene isn't, it's still a work in progress. And then when you wake up, your character's stuck in all this rubble, and then you gotta fight all these Nerubians, and you do some quests, and then you meet like these dwarf stormrider guys, and they kind of just tell you like, hey, take this path straight to the Dornagol, or just like you go there on your own. And I decided, I'm gonna go there on my own because I wanted to explore. And the island, it really kind of reminds me a lot of, basically it reminds me a lot of Arathi Highlands. It's basically like if they took Arathi Highlands but made it bigger, and like put a bunch of like dwarven structures and stuff, like architecture everywhere. And that's fine because I like the zone Arathi Highlands. It's like this open plains, you know what I mean? And you have like stones and stuff, and it's just like a very, I don't know, I've always liked questing there because it's very relaxing and calming, and especially the music that plays in the background is really nice. But anyway, it just really reminds me of that. The intro scenario is pretty good. I guess it's by intro scenario standards, it's alright. I think my favorite intro scenario is still gonna be the Legion one, where you and the Horde were on ships and you land on the Broken Isles and you gotta fight all these demons, and like y'all meet up at one point and then like all of that. But I still think that's like the absolute best one in my opinion. But anyway, so you finally make it over to Dornagol, and I think Dornagol is probably the best, or at least the most beautiful looking capital city that we spend time in. It's definitely better than Dalaran. Well, maybe I don't know. I mean, Dalaran. The good thing about Dalaran is that it's a circle and everything's close by because it's small. But Dornagol is bigger. Everything's a bit more spread out, but it just looks, damn, it just looks so good. It's definitely better than Oribos. Let's be clear here. It's like 100 times better than Oribos from Shadowlands. Oribos was just a freaking glorified airport, if we're being honest here. But yeah, once I got there, I kind of continued the storyline for a bit. I did 2 out of 3 chapters, and I was supposed to do, I think, start the third one. But the quest, I couldn't find the quest anywhere. Maybe I was a low level. I leveled up to 73. I still couldn't find it, and I don't know if it's a bug or whatever. But yeah, I decided to do some dungeons, some delves. I did a few delves. There's like a quest that has you take like a main quest taking you to a delve, and you do it. And delves are pretty chill. They're pretty. The best way I can describe them is like kind of like imagine Torghast in a sense, but without the randomness. Instead of being some sort of tower where everything's gray and depressing, you're kind of Well, I mean, you're kind of underground and everything's all dirty and stuff, and like you're going through these mines and exploring, and each mine is like different. There's this one I did where you have to keep a candle with you, run around with it, to like see and stuff. If Because if you don't, then you're gonna be spending in time in the dark, and you're gonna have like a debuff, and that debuff is gonna negatively affect you. And then but the candle kind of like runs out of flame if you move too much. Like there's a bar that kind of decreases every time you move, so you can't just be pressing A and D on the keyboard super quick to like when you're fighting or whatever, because you got to be careful. You gotta, if you're doing with multiple people, give it to a class that kind of has to like sit still, you know and yeah, and you do that, you collect these treasures, you make it to the end, and there's a boss, and you kill the boss, and you get your reward, and that's it. It's usually like cosmetic stuff, but I really did like the Delve. It's very chill, very fun. It's not there's no power grind attached to it like Torghast, where you had to do it to get soul ash to craft your whatever the hell. It's yeah, thank God it's not like Torghast. I think this might be a good system. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring it in future expansions. I'm not sure how it would work, unless if they just copy and paste it but name it something else. Because Delves is kind of like a very specific thing for this expansion, because you're underground, you know what I mean, and like this whatever. But you get the point. You get the point. The first dungeon I did was Priory of the Sacred Flame, and this dungeon is it's pretty good. It's a pretty good dungeon. I feel like it's gonna be difficult for Mythic Plus, because I mean, the group that I was with kind of struggled. Now, granted, we were probably low level, and our gear was kind of shitty. So, I mean, we were just getting. I was tanking as a Blood DK, and I was just struggling to like stay alive, until a Demon Hunter joined in and kind of like helped us out. But anyway, the best way I can describe this dungeon is it kind of reminds me of a mix of Court of Stars from Legion and House of Atonement from Shadowlands, in the sense that it's kind of like you kind of make your way up to this kind of like castle area, and you kind of break in and you fight the bosses, and you kind of make your way up the stairs, and that's when you get to the final boss at the very top, kind of like House of Atonement, but also kind of like Court of Stars, because there's like if y'all remember the second boss from Court of Stars, where you had to like you can fight all four of them if you want, or you can separate them by killing these enforcers, and like the main boss will send like one of the bosses to like deal with you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, except you go and just kill like you'll kill a guy that's in charge of fanning the flames over here off in the, or like the machines or whatever. You kill him, and the main boss is like, oh hey, yeah, we need those machines up and running. Go and deal with this. And there's a lot of trash packs around here. There's a lot of them, so I feel like, I don't know. I'm guessing that for Mythic Plus, you're probably just gonna be pulling a lot, at least in the start, to kind of get. I feel like you probably won't be going inside the castle until you're probably, I want to say, like 50, 60% of the way to 100% in Mythic Plus. I don't know. It's just a guess. I liked it though. It was fun. It was challenging, and it looked cool. And it's got like this whole paladin esque vibe, that the Arathi have. And I'm a huge paladin fan. Like paladin's been my main for a long time, and that's why I kind of like it. Maybe a bit biased, but yeah. After that, I did the Rookery, which was kind of a fun dungeon. You kind of like start off on this platform. You gotta fly to you gotta like fight your way to these griffins, free them, fly over to like the other end, and just kind of work your way down, fighting the bosses and stuff like that. And the second boss is this griffin that you fight, and you kind of like, it's kind of easy. I mean, it was normal. It was kind of easy. We blasted through it. We didn't really pay attention to the mechanics other than like dodging stuff. But it's gonna be a lot harder in Mythic Plus. And the final boss, though, you kind of drop all the way down, and there's this like giant like monster thing that pops up, and it's yeah. I remember I jumped in the water by accident. Like I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to jump on the ledge, and you can't get out at all. So in a Preda, you have like a priest that can pull you out. Otherwise, you're absolutely fucked, and you have no choice but to die. And when you die, you respawn all the way from the very beginning. So, and yeah, that's about it, really. I've been doing more dungeons. I've just been flying around, exploring the world, and I don't really do anything too crazy on the beta. I just kind of like test things out, because I'm really curious about the hero talents, because I think the hero talents have a lot of potential. I feel like if they get them down right this expansion, they can kind of expand on them next expansion, or maybe during this expansion they could toss in an extra hero talent here or there, per class, and it could kind of be like its own third hero, not hero, a third like talent tree, like if it gets big enough. But I feel like that might be way too much. That's like too many like abilities slash passives to like keep track of. I don't know. I feel like they should keep it short, but maybe stretch it out. Maybe add like another like 2 or 3 rows to it or something like that in the future. But who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's just kind of my first impressions with the beta. I guess the only negative thing I can really say is, well, there's been some bugs. There's some quests that I couldn't turn in, or just some like I couldn't start another main story mission for whatever reason. I just couldn't find the NPC to even though like on the map the little like icon is there, I just can't find the actual NPC to accept the quest. And oh, one of the delves I did, the one with the candle that I was describing earlier, for some reason I wasn't able to finish it. When I got to the final boss, I had my candle with me, and whenever I fight him, he does his ability that kind of knocks you back. And when he knocks you back, like your candle falls off, and then the boss just like despawns, like disappears, and you have to wait for him to respawn. And I don't understand like why he does that. Maybe it's a mechanic I'm not understanding, or I don't know if it's a bug or whatever. We'll just have to, I don't know, I'll just have to see, I guess, and do the delve again later, or wait until the expansion comes out. Oh, and another thing that I didn't like, well, it's nothing really anything wrong with the expansion or the beta. It's just that there's barely any healers around to queue up for a dungeon. I'm out here as a tank. I'm queuing as a tank, and when you queue as a tank, it should take like a minute max. 2 3 minutes, even less like on retail. But it's taking like a whole 10 plus minutes, 15 minutes just to find a group, just to find a healer, because I already have the DPS locked down. I already have found 3 out of 3 DPSs. Now I gotta wait for a healer to come in, and I'm just sitting there waiting, twiddling my thumbs, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna stop playing, come back in like an hour or whatever, or like 30 minutes, and see if we can find a group. And yeah, all in all, the beta's pretty good. Honestly, I honestly think this might be a good expansion just based off of the beta. I could be wrong. Shit might hit the fan later on in the expansion or whatever. We might get cut content, or who the hell knows. But so far, from what I've played, I think this might be a pretty solid expansion. I heard online somewhere, I read online somewhere that people were saying like, hey, this new character, sorry, not new character, a character that's existed, Xalatath. People are saying that she might end up dying in this expansion. I really hope not, because that would be very depressing. I mean, they have these like cinematics with her. They even added her. They made like a CGI cinematic with the like her face and stuff, and I really don't think they're gonna kill her. She seems like a very big and important character. I honestly think if we were to kill her off, if she were to die, I think it would probably be the expansion after this, Midnight. Killing her, but she's able to get her plan off and do whatever she's supposed to do, and then that'll lead us into the third expansion in the World Soul Saga, the Last Titan. And I just think that's how it's gonna play off. I feel like we might end up killing Iridikron this expansion. I don't know if he'll be the final boss. I don't think he'll be the final boss, or maybe he might be the final boss. I don't know. I feel like Iridikron is gonna be the one to go, and then they're gonna focus all their attention on Xalatath as being like the main, the main baddie that we gotta take out. And yeah, I really don't think they're gonna kill her like the first expansion. I really doubt that. Like shit, I bet my left nut on it that we don't kill her this expansion, because it'll be very disappointing due to like all the hype and like all the talk about her. But then again, like the Jailer, when Shadowlands was coming out, they released a cinematic like trailer like with CGI and all of that of like the Jailer looking all like creepy and whatnot, and they just killed him off this expansion. But Shadowlands was its own thing. I don't know. I feel like the Jailer probably wasn't gonna die then, but Blizzard, seeing that nobody really likes this expansion, they just said, screw it, let's just kill him off and pretend that Shadowlands doesn't exist and never existed. Honest to God, I forget. I'll be honest with you. There are times where I literally forget that Shadowlands exists. What I mean? When I sit here and think about Dragonflight, I'm just sitting here thinking like, wait a minute, what came before Dragonflight? Was it BFA? Oh no, wait, it was Shadowlands. Yeah. I literally forget that Shadowlands existed. It just feels like just like a fever dream, just like a blur. You know what I mean? Like, and honestly, I wish it didn't exist. I feel like we could have went straight into Dragonflight from BFA. But then there was the whole Sylvana storyline and her being evil and like, trying to figure out, why she's doing all this shit, why she burned that Teldrassil, blah blah blah. So I don't know how that would work in Dragonflight, but honestly, I guess Shadowlands kind of did need to happen to kind of finish her storyline for a bit and kind of sideline her way off to the side. Sylvanas needs like a whole new team, a whole new PR team, a whole new writing team to like get that character back up. Because it's just after all the shit she's done and all like the terrible writing for her, like I don't even know what Blizzard is gonna do, what they're gonna plan. I mean, I don't see her coming back until, damn, maybe not until the Last Titan. Who knows though? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, this is the end of the video. I let me know if y'all are playing the beta. Let me know what y'all think about the beta. Y'all having fun? What classes are y'all looking forward to play? If y'all want, let me know what classes y'all want me to make a guide of. The main classes I play are mainly tanks, so like Druid, Monk, Paladin, Death Knight, and Vengeance Demon Hunter. But I do play some others. I occasionally play Warlock on and off, and same with Mage. Rogue I enjoy playing, mainly Outlaw Rogue. I don't really like Subtlety Rogue or Assassination Rogue. I don't know, it's just not for me. I'm just, I've tried it and it's just like, it just doesn't click well with me. I've always enjoyed Outlaw. That's just me. And Warrior, I didn't think I mentioned Warrior. If just let me know in the comments what kind of like not what kind of guide, but like which class I want to make a guide on, and I can like get started on leveling up that character as much as I can before the beta ends, and kind of like mess around with the hero talents and test them out, and see what works and what doesn't work, and kind of like let y'all know. And yeah, sorry for talking so long, but that's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Give me a like, give me a comment if you did, give me a sub if you really liked it, and yeah, enjoy your day. Be fun, not be fun, have fun, but also be fun. Don't be boring. Yeah, and I guess I'll just catch y'all on the next one. Bye bye.